guys and gals, this is Paul, your semi-professional YouTube host on Living Happily Gay. I hope you're doing well this 23rd of January 2018. I hope that everything is going your way and that your resolutions for the new year are still applicable to you. You made them not too outlandish, that you could actually attain some of these expectations that you put on your brain for this this year that we're in now. My goodness, this first month's almost over, so you would know by now whether your New Year's resolutions were realistic or not. Just, I say, scale it back a little bit, revisit that issue, and maybe February 1st make some revised resolutions that maybe you can keep. Anyway, all those doing well. I'm getting over a bug. Brad's getting over a bug. I think everybody is thinking that flu might be on our doorsteps here in the USA. It's one of the worst years we've seen for flu in quite a few years, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it has something to do with climate change. It's a possibility. But I think that in general, I think that the holiday season runs people down because you're so busy with commitments. The social commitments start to become more like business meetings, and you have to get to this one and get to that one. You have to cook this item for that party, and you have to bake this cake for another party, and you have to bring chips and salsa to another party. And of course we're having Super Bowl in a few weeks, so yes, indeed, you're going to want to get out your best junk food recipes to when the gang of 50 people come over to watch your 80-inch flat screen TV. But all in all, things are well. You know, South Florida is tolerable again. We're going to start doing a garden tour, let you see what's going on post Irma. I did specifically want to wait till now because I don't really want to show this is a disaster, this is what it used to look like, and now it looks this way. That gets old, you know. It's poor pity me. Well, nobody keeps me in Florida. If I didn't want to live here, I wouldn't. So, you know, I'm here because 90% of the time the weather is amiable for my gardening efforts, and that's why I'm here. And I might not share that same passion with other Floridians who are more city people, and that just grass is something that you want to smoke rather than mow. But I just, I like to do both, actually. Anyway, I wanted to update you, let you know that we're doing well here as we are well engaged and well entrenched into the 2018 routines. Membership for subscribers is going up for Living Happily Gay. We're not, we're not setting the world on fire, but then I didn't think that was going to be the case, especially since I specifically named it that name. This is probably one of the most non-gay shows that a gay channel would have, because basically I'm probably just as middle-of-the-road American as anybody that you'll ever meet. And sometimes you say, is he gay? Yeah, I am. I definitely choose dick over pussy. So, I know what I am. I'm not a whore, but yes, when push comes to shove, I like to shove a man. Anyway, listen, I want to get off that subject. Brad says hello too. He'll be with us the next time. I want him to do a cooking video. Maybe he'll have some ideas about that. We're already planning our trip to LA. We're going for my birthday in middle of March, and it should be nice. We always enjoy a little bit of change of personality and scenery when we go to Southern California. March is not the most beautiful month in SoCal, but it'll be a nice change from us here, who will be dabbling with 90 degrees Fahrenheit plus by then. So it'll be a nice thing to get away from that. I'll take some gloomy marine layer of clouds that burn off at 1 p.m. and it gets maybe to 65, 70 degrees. Not bad. I like that very much. But today, my friends, I just wanted to bring you abreast of a piece of news that came across the wire. I guess it was probably yesterday. I got it on my Yahoo this morning, and they roll these headlines across the screen very rapidly. Then you see mugshots of our president and stars that maybe died, or people that jumped off a cruise ship. I see there was a couple of people that were lost in cruise ships this last couple of days, which I knew nothing about until this morning. But this headline came through as a lifestyle kind of thing, and I think it really sucks. It was from China, and looks like the State Administration of Press, Publication, Radio, Film and Television of the People's Republic of China, otherwise named as SAPPRFT, SAPPRFT, got into reminding young Chinese people that they are still in a totalitarian, semi-totalitarian environment, and they shouldn't become too Western because they don't like it. And this is what they're talking about: tasteless, vulgar, and obscene, quote unquote. China just banned hip hop culture and tattoos from television. All right, there you go. And that SAPPRFT organization says, quote, now specifically it requires that programs should not feature actors with tattoos or depict hip-hop culture, subculture, in quotations, non-mainstream culture and dispirited culture, aka decadent culture. Zhao Changli, director of the administration's publicity department, outlined 4 don't rules on Friday. And like I said, I didn't see this till today, but it kept. Number 1, absolutely do not use actors whose heart and morality are not aligned with the party and whose morality is not noble. My goodness, I thought that went out with King Arthur. How many people call themselves noble these days? Obviously, it's probably people in Beijing at the party. It looks like kids and Westerners are probably not that noble. Because number 2, do not use actors who are tasteless, vulgar, and obscene. It's all subjective, I would think. Absolutely do not use actors whose ideological level is low and have no class. That's rule number 3. That's immediately must take place. Again, it's very subjective. I don't know. My ideological level in this country is probably not that high, but I'm not a politician. And all I want to do is be left alone, make my movies, and plant my plants, and maybe travel a little bit, play some music, and go to the bathroom. And that's probably, oh yeah, have a good meal before, hopefully nourishing and delicious, and that food is matching my ideological level too. And then finally, absolutely do not use actors with stains, scandals, or problematic moral integrity. I don't even know what that means. It's so nebulous that probably a lot of the kids in China don't know what that means. Well, it doesn't leave too much to question, I suppose. A couple of rappers really are getting pissed off about this. One guy, rapper Mao, sang Key, aka Va Va, was cut from a variety show called Happy Camp, and I guess he wasn't too happy. According to Tencent News, which is something like their Twitter, it says. And the contestant on the show, Super Brian, which is not hip-hop related, even had his hip-hop style necklace blurred out. Chinese social media responded angrily to this ban. Sarpuft is so trashy they didn't want to give Chinese hip-hop pop singers any chance of survival. We can go back to ancient times, says a notable hopper, wrote one user on Weibo. How can the government with such high culture have such childish logic? Well, I guess when you're in an ideological battle with the West, you try to show that you're above this kind of garbage. But I will tell you this, I was introduced via pop-up in my daily headlines to a site called New Chic, C-H-I-C. And it's women's wear, men's wear targeted probably from the age of 15 to 25, I would think, because the sizes are very small, and they don't account for people's pot bellies. So you have to be pretty small, basically waist 32 and small or maybe medium tops, jackets, shirts, that kind of thing, polos and button downs, but they have trashy kind of emblems on them or prints on them. Perfect for people in the hood here in Los Angeles and Brooklyn, New York, but probably not good for the people in the hood of Beijing or Shanghai or Guangdong. So I think it's time for you guys in China to be consistent. Are we speaking on both sides of the economic pendulum here? Are we a little bit of a what would I say, deeply rooted ideologue? Because if it's okay to sell it to the West, and so you could fatten it in the Bank of Beijing's ledger, why can't you sell it locally to your kids? You think so little of us here that we're already a society gone awry and are going to down to keep tumbling in the dumper of life? So you Chinese people will be the only collective personality of the world. I don't know how that's gonna go in our hood, or how it's going to go in other countries that have a thriving hip hop scene, or just what they call contemporary rap kids music that seems to be prevalent. And of course, China, I guess, has its finger to point to South Korea, because K-pop is pretty trashy too, and it's also incredibly popular. So I just wanted to tell to China, be consistent. Chairman Mao would be, how come you guys you're trying to be the capitalist, selling crap to the world at good prices, that is, and then saying that it's not okay for the people at home to enjoy those same decadent togs that we might wear here in the U.S. Well, that doesn't fly with me. I don't mind somebody being maybe intolerant, but then act the part too. If you're an intolerant nation of Western ideals, don't try to court us for business, because America's the biggest market on the earth that will buy your junk. And what you're saying is that we're not good. We should have this junk. But you're pure lads and ladies in Beijing. They're too sophisticated and have such high moral standards versus any old American person that they that stuff wouldn't fly under the sickle and the red flag of China. I don't go for that too much. So People's Republic of China, fess up. Do you just love money more than anything else in the world, like we all do? Or are you trying to purify your youth at the same time? It's too big a job to do both. If you're a capitalist, stay a capitalist. If you're going to go back to the way things were in Tiananmen Square, well then stop selling the junk that you're exporting to the rest of the world, because we could do without it. I'm not really from the hood anyway, so it seems a little bit more playful for me to wear those kind of things. The hood doesn't represent my values either, but I also know when something's fun, and hip hop and rap are fun, and I can tolerate it, and I also can enjoy it objectively. I don't have to be it. It's part of the world. It's part of the way people communicate these days. And if it was so trashy, probably would have been self-limiting, and it probably wouldn't have lasted and grown and thrived as much as it is now. There's more rap and hip-hop now at the awards for the Grammys than there ever have been. So, just think a little bit before you say something, China. Leave your kids alone. Let them decide what they want. By the time they're 35, they'll probably change hip-hop clothes and tattoos for something that covers their arms. Probably a white shirt with a traditional tie, and maybe even a pocket square in their sport coat. So, boo to you, China. Yay to the people. People around the world just want one thing, just to be happy. And whether we're low class or high class, we just want to have some fun. We just want to have fun. Oh, our girls and boys just want to have fun. Hey, thank you. Paul signing off for Living Happily Gay. Join us again in the next video session, and thank you for subscribing. We treasure your subscriptions, and we get nourished off them, and we become a big family worldwide. And I thank you so much for loving us, because we love you too. Be good to yourselves, because you're the best friend you know. It's Paul signing off. Take care.